Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I thought I would talk about something that's kind of in a hybrid bit of a situation between photography and videography and my other stuff when it comes to like gear, knives, etc. And the stuff I talked about in my last video. I figured I'd kind of blend the two worlds today, and I figured I would talk about some multi-tools that I think are essential in your camera bag when you're out shooting, or maybe even in your studio situation doing tripod work and things like that. So let's get into it. I'm going to talk about some options and kind of explain my philosophy as to why I think everybody should have at least something on them or in their camera bag when they're out shooting. So for starters, I use a multi-tool pretty much every day. I carry one almost every day, whether it's on my hip in a pouch, or if it's in my pocket, or if it's on a keychain, something to some degree. I have pliers, scissors, a screwdriver, basic things like that to a certain degree. While I always have something on me or close by in my bag or what have you, I still find that having something dedicated in my camera bag is the way to go, because then if I forget it, or if I'm wearing different clothes, whatever the case might be, I have something in a pinch, especially for my absolute number one usage, which is tightening foot plates on tripods on any of my various gear, whether it be audio gear, my camera, whatever. Tightening and loosening these different tripod plates, because I don't use Arca Swiss. I use Manfrotto tripods, which have different proprietary plates for each one. Super annoying, but it's what I kind of got myself into, and now I'm just stuck with it. So I need something that I can swap plates with, and sometimes they're cranked on there pretty good. So lately, I've been carrying this guy, which is my Gerber dime. This has been living in my camera bag for a few months now, until today. I'm going to change things up a little bit, and that's kind of what prompted this video. So we're going to talk about the Gerber dime a little bit, and then we're going to go into some other options. So the Gerber dime is a basic small keychain style multi-tool. You got some basic tools on there, such as you got a blade, you've got a package opener, you got a bottle opener there at the top as well. You've got a nice little set of scissors. You've got on this side, and these tools are actually a little stiff, but here you've got a two-dimensional Phillips driver with a tiny little file. I don't even know if I would use this for anything, to be honest with you. That file is not much. But for me, in this kit, in this use case, the pièce de résistance is this guy right here, this little flathead driver. I use this for base plates all the time. Every time I shoot with a tripod, I'm using this. And then, of course, on the inside of the tool, you have a nice little set of spring-loaded pliers there, and then it all closes up, and you also have some tweezers that go into the handle of this tool. So this is what's been living in my camera bag for the last few months, and it's been fine. Like I said, I use it to tighten and loosen plates all the time. It's small, it doesn't take up any space, it's great, no problem. But I've been kind of missing it in my rotation, to be honest with you, because before it was in my camera bag, I carried this thing almost every day because of its tool set, and it's just a pretty versatile, lightweight, small tool that I can put in my fifth pocket of my jeans, put it down in the pocket, on my keys, whatever. So, we have two new tools that I'm going to talk about today. What was happening before is I had this guy in my camera bag, and then I had this right here, which is the Gerber Chonk. And what this is basically is just a pry bar. So you have a prying head on this side, and then on this side here you have a bottle opener. And of course you can use this as a flathead screwdriver, which is what's bringing me to my point of this video. This was just kind of floating around. I had it in my jacket, I had it in my vest pocket. I didn't really carry it a lot because I just don't like the way it's shaped. I don't like how sharp the prying tips are in my pocket. So I didn't really carry it a ton. But at the same time, I found that having something like this was, the best option in my camera bag at the time, because it has more tools. However, with me carrying a multi-tool on me pretty much every day, it was a little bit redundant, and I didn't have this to use when I wanted it. So today, I'm going to be replacing that tool with this tool in my camera bag, because this does everything I need in a camera bag multi-tool, and then some, and it'll complement whatever I'm carrying. So this is going to be my go-to tool from now on. It is a beast at tightening base plates. I mean, it's like, I don't know how thick that is, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick, solid steel with a slab of micarta slapped on there. It's great. It's a little heavy, but definitely, no worse than this. And for what I needed to do in my camera bag, this is going to be perfect. Now I don't have a pry bar to carry though, right? So now I've gone and I've replaced it with something even better in my opinion that does all of the things that I need and then some. So enter the Gerber Prybrid. So this is a giant slab of steel that goes straight through, covered by G10. It is a box cutter, which has interchangeable blades like every other box cutter. Takes standard blades. Down here you have a strap cutter, and then on the other end you have your prying tips. So it basically does the exact same thing this tool does right here, and it's also a box cutter. And I've been carrying a box cutter in my fifth pocket of my jeans lately, and I found it really, really nice and really useful to have something that I can just toss a blade in the garbage, get a new one. I don't have to worry about sharpening. I can just gum it up with tape. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. Just throw it away, get a new one. And it's been really nice to have that option because honestly, sharpening, it's not my favorite thing in the world. And I'm not the best at it. So having something like this that I can do the bulk of my gross work, and then I can keep my nice pocket knife for, cutting up vegetables or whatever, it's nice. It's a nice option. And to have this that does everything that this does and it's a knife, it's perfect. So as the system goes, as it changes, this comes out of the camera bag back into my rotation. This is going to now live in my jeans in my fifth pocket, and this guy is now going to live in my camera bag because, like I said, with my system of I'm going to carry a multi-tool anyway, and really the only thing I need out of a tool in my camera bag is to tighten and loosen base plates. This is perfect. So guys, kind of a quick video today. I just really wanted to come on and talk a little bit about some of these items and kind of my philosophy on multi-tools as a photographer, and in that sense. I hope it's helpful for some of you guys out there. Maybe you haven't thought about this stuff before. Maybe you're just kind of getting into this. You don't know what you should put in your bag. This for me is like an essential item. It's an essential item. If I have a base plate that's too tight and I need something to crank on to take it off, I need a tool like this. If I'm trying to actually like tighten something down, like, especially my phone mount, like those like clampy phone mounts, for some reason they don't want to stay tight on the base plates. Like I really have to crank on those to get them to stay tight. Something like this is perfect. So like I said, I feel like this is kind of a better system now. I feel like my EDC side of things is a little bit more complete because now I can throw my dime back in my pocket. And I have a better use for the Chonk because before it was just kind of living in my vest, which I don't wear every day, and it was kind of just floating around. So now it'll have a dedicated area to live and a reason for it to be in there. So that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be back next week with more photography or EDC content. I'm not sure yet, but it'll be something of the two, maybe another hybrid video like this one. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one.